You can't last a minute against me, human. Alien warrior woman didn't know who she was up against. The arena roared with the sound of thousands of voices. Dust rose into the air, swirling in thick golden clouds. At the center of the massive arena, two figures faced each other. One was Clara, the undefeated champion of the Varen clans. Her armor gleamed like polished obsidian, her twin blades humming with deadly energy. She stood tall and proud, her crimson eyes fixed on her opponent with disdain. The other was a human, smaller by a head, dressed in simple battered armor, no visible weapons in hand. He stood calmly, his face unreadable, as the crowd jeered and laughed. Clara sneered. You cannot last a minute against me, human. She declared, her voice booming through the arena. You should have stayed hidden among your weak kind. The human said nothing. The horn sounded. The battle began. Clara lunged forward, her blades slicing through the air in deadly arcs. Fast, precise. A killing blow meant to end the fight before it began. But the human moved. Not with panic, not with fear. With a smoothness that almost seemed lazy, he sidestepped the strike by a hair's breadth. The crowd gasped. Clara growled low in her throat and attacked again, this time faster. Blade flashed toward his side. He ducked. Another came at his neck. He weaved backward effortlessly. Strike after strike she rained upon him, and every time he evaded. Every time he stayed just out of reach. Seconds turned into minutes. Her strikes became wilder, more frustrated. The human remained calm, a small smirk playing at his lips. Fight me properly, she snarled. Still he did not attack. He simply dodged, letting her tire herself. The crowd began to shift their chants. Confusion. Curiosity. Clara swung both blades downward with all her strength, roaring in rage. The human caught her wrists midair, caught them, and held them with a grip like iron. Clara stared into his eyes, and for the first time, she felt something unfamiliar. Fear. With a twist, he sent her flying backward. She crashed onto the arena floor, skidding across the dust. She sprang to her feet, furious, ready to charge again. But the human raised a hand palm out. Enough, he said, his voice low, but carrying across the arena. You have already lost. Clara bared her teeth. I am not defeated. He shook his head slowly. Victory is not always about who stands last. Sometimes it is about knowing when you've been outmatched. He pointed to her blades. The edges had been dulled by repeated impacts against the ground and air. Her arms shook from exhaustion. Her breath came in ragged gasps. She realized she had used all her strength and had not touched him once. The human stepped forward, closing the distance between them. She lifted her blades weakly, but he easily disarmed her, sending them clattering across the arena floor. He did not strike her. He simply looked at her with calm, steady eyes. You fight with rage, he said. I fight with purpose. That is why you lost. Clara fell to one knee, breathing heavily. The arena had fallen silent. Not a jeer, not a cheer, just stunned silence. The human offered her a hand. She hesitated, staring at it. Then slowly she took it. He pulled her to her feet without effort. The crowd erupted into cheers. Not for Clara. For him. For the human who had defeated the undefeated without throwing a single punch. Later in the chambers beneath the arena, Clara sat nursing her pride and her sore muscles. The human entered, quietly sitting across from her. Who are you, she demanded. He smiled faintly. Name is Jace, he said. Just a soldier from Earth. Earth, she repeated, tasting the strange word. We were told humans were weak. You were told wrong, he said. We are many things. Weak is not one of them. Clara studied him. You could have humiliated me further. You could have ended me. Why did you not? Jace shrugged. I came here to show strength, not cruelty. She considered that in silence. In her world, strength was everything. Kindness was weakness. Mercy was foolishness. And yet she had felt no contempt from him, only respect. Perhaps he was stronger than she understood. In the days that followed, Jace became a legend among the Varen clans. He was challenged again and again, and each time he defeated his opponents without hatred, without brutality. He became known as a silent blade. Clara watched him from afar at first, curious, wary. Then one day she approached him. Train me, she said simply. He looked at her for a long moment, then nodded. From that day, Clara trained under Jace. He taught her to move with patience, not anger, to strike with intent, not impulse, to think with clarity, not rage. At first she resisted. Old habits die hard. But little by little she changed. She became faster, more precise, more dangerous than ever before. And yet she no longer fought only to dominate. She fought with honor, with purpose. The other warriors saw the change. Some mocked her. Others followed. The Varen clans began to shift. A small shift, at first like the first crack in a glacier. But it grew. All because a single human had refused to play by their rules. Months later, standing on the same arena floor, Clara faced Jace again. This time not as enemies, as equals. The horn sounded. They moved, not with hate, with joy, with respect. Blade met blade. Step met step. The battle was fierce but beautiful. When at last they stopped, both panting, both smiling, the crowd rose as one, cheering not for a victor, cheering for the spirit they had witnessed. Jace bowed to her. She bowed back. And somewhere deep inside the heart of the proud alien warrior woman, something shifted forever. She had once thought humans were weak. Now she knew the truth. Strength was not just in the body. It was in the mind, the heart, the soul. And in Jace, she had found a strength greater than any she had ever known. Not the strength to conquer, the strength to inspire, the strength to change. She would carry that lesson all her days. And the galaxy would never be the same again.